How do you feel about the
Alright.
game so far?
First of all, I don't really like care for anyone as like a player. I don't think anyone's truly just a big threat. I've seen Kiki play in the survival org. She didn't do too hot in there. She's a social player, and overall, that's scary just to play with. I haven't heard of anyone else but Trevor and Gabe at the same time. I played, Trent. Sorry, not Trevor. I played with Trent in a speed org, and same with Gabe. I think I played both in the same org, and we were both on. All three of us were on different sizes of numbers, so I don't really know what I can expect from them. First of all, and I think if you read my diary, you know my opinions on the pair twist. It fucks up my game a huge amount, but I think the one thing that can save me is having someone from the EST timeline to try and time zone, sorry, to save my ass from when I'm not online, because that's going to be a big thing. I think your best option, just as a player, is to pair with someone from an opposite time zone. Because someone like, although I'm really vibing with someone like, what's her name? I'm forgetting her name. No, I can't pronounce it. Noelia.
Noella?
Noella. Okay. I'm really vibing with her, but we're such similar time zones where we're only an hour apart. So when I'm sleeping, she's most likely going to be sleeping as well. So it doesn't really work out for us as a pair, even though I would love to have her as an alliance member. I don't think she's good for a pair, and I think someone like, I think Luna's EST as well, if I remember correctly, or like she's around that American time zone area. That works perfectly for me because we're 14 hours apart, which means she can carry one side and I can carry the other. The only thing I'm worried about with this twin Swiss is I'm here to make big moves and to outplay everyone. I know at a certain point in time, there's most likely going to be a pair split where we're not going to be pairs anymore. We're going to play as individuals, and that's what scares me. That's why I want to go with someone like Luna, because I don't think she'll make big moves. I can make those for her. But that's also scary because if she's afraid to make a move as HOH, it doesn't work out for me.
Gotcha. Very, very interesting. So what is it about Luna that I noticed that you said that Luna was someone that you liked at first. So what is it about Luna that brought you closer to them?
I think me and Luna just like have very common interest in like, Rith is excited to be here, and we have a lot of common interests. Like I could probably go on for hours now just talking to her about like Pokemon, the new games or whatever, and just like talking about things I'm really passionate about, which is just playing games, like doing whatever, or just like chilling. And orgs especially. I don't know how many orgs she played, but obviously we have similar personalities, so I think that can work to my advantage. And hopefully she's just not being fake to where our games can blow up if she snaps. That's the one thing if I get paired with her. If I don't get paired with her, I don't care.
Have you talked to her about being paired with her?
I've not yet. She's been asleep, so basically I'm staying up all night tonight just to talk to her. Later on, talk about being pair.
Gotcha.
A lot of my schedule, which I go to bed at like 1, 2 a.m. my time, and that basically fits in like around, I think it's like 9, 10 o'clock a.m. So if is there any early birds, I can be able to talk to them earlier on in the day.
Yeah, that makes sense. So has anyone rubbed you the wrong way so far?
I mean, if they did that, that's obviously a bad game move. Just optimally, it's because
Well, yeah,
if you make
but
it,
has anyone done it yet?
no, not as of yet, which is what I think people are trying to avoid until maybe mid to late game or just before pre-jury.
That makes sense.
Because someone who played Survivor a lot, and if you've played Survivor, you know what I'm talking about. You kind of don't know. You have a rough idea when the jury hits, but you always have to be nice because you know when the jury's gonna hit. At this point in the game, we can be nice to start off with, but once we're at the like final 11 mark, that's when we pretty much final 11 to final like 9 mark is when the jury's gonna hit, because you can't have 10, so it's either gonna be 11 or 9, which is gonna be a 7 or 9-person jury. And that's a big thing. That's when you have to be nice to everyone. That's where you have to kiss everyone's ass when they leave out the door. And that's something which in Survivor you have to do always, because you don't know when the jury can be and how people can rub you the wrong way. Because I think while HOH is the most powerful thing you can get, it's your biggest downside, but it also gives you an act of revenge.
So do you play Big Brother or Survivor orgs more?
I play. I've only played in one previous Big Brother org before this. Which I placed fourth out of 12th. I believe it was 12 people. Correct me if I'm
Oh
wrong.
wow.
And a big deficit to that was Trent. I think his name is. He watched that season. So, and my strategy is obviously gonna have to change because of that. Because I came in thinking no one would know me. Obviously, Trent knows me, and how I played this game last org I played.
So you said you got fourth,
I did get fourth, yes.
and Trent saw you get fourth, or did he play in that?
He was spectating that entire season.
Okay, so
So he was watching my confessional or DRs as they were going.
have you ever seen his gameplay?
I have not, and that's what scares me the most.
Gotcha. So are you going to use that to your advantage, or are you going to keep
Oh, I'm
that?
sorry, he played in the most recent series, but I'm hoping that because we both played in that particular, or he's played in one season, I played another, we can try and like make an alliance together. Just so that I don't want to pair with him, obviously, because he's hit or miss as a player. Just looking at his stats from that org, so it's interesting.
So how would you describe your game? Would you consider yourself a strategic player, a physical player, or a social player?
I'd consider myself more on the strategic side, and I'm really a big fan of doing whatever you can to win. And if that means manipulating other house guests to just do my bidding, that's obviously what I'm going to do. Because I know a big issue why I don't like this pairs for my game was my whole idea was I was going to throw comps and get other people to do what I want, which is something I could usually pull off very well. The issue is we now have a pair. We compete in the HOH as a pair. So it all comes to this pair twist where it kind of pulls me back a little because now I have to think, should I throw competitions? And I have to change my game at this point.
Gotcha. So are you going to continue trying to throw comps as a pair?
As a pair, yes, I personally believe because even if if we in this world where we stay as pairs for for 8 weeks or 8 cycles, it's only eight seven cycles actually because you have a final two. But at the end, which I don't think we do it as a winning pair. I think roughly around just before like 4 weeks and 4 cycles in this game, we're gonna split off, and that's when I want to and I want to keep throwing competitions, and I want Luna to do all the like competition stuff. She can win all the comps she wants. I don't care because that doesn't affect me as long as they don't see us both as a pair. So I want to if whoever I'm paired with, I want them to start winning comps. I don't want them to win the first HOH. I don't want them to win the first POV unless we have to. But even then, I don't think we'll have to. And yeah, so I think I keep saying I'm with Luna because I think Luna wants to pair with me. Hopefully she does. I hope that works out. But it's all anything can happen.
You're a little far from the microphone, so I don't think he heard you.
Oh, didn't he?
I said, if Luna doesn't pair with you, who would be your second option?
Second option right now, I think it'd have to be Trent because I know Trent can win comps, and as much as I don't want to pair with Trent because I think he could be a good alliance member because he's a loyal person from from the one season I've seen as well as other orgs I've kind of studied him on. He is a player who plays with the partner to the end, and that can work out for me as an alliance member, and even as a partner.
So is there anyone that you want to distance yourself from the cast so far, or no?
I think someone that I wouldn't care for distancing off would be DYS. I haven't really talked to him much. I don't know if that's going to change, and he doesn't seem like the biggest social player. So I could see him becoming a early first boot. Maybe I'm just completely blind and I've just missed out on conversations with him. But I haven't seen him talk too much, if I remember correctly.
Gotcha. Now, one of the first things you said in your diary room was straight off the bat, I've noticed that Ree is playing dumb.
Yes, that is something I've noticed with her. I think the biggest one was she said, "What's a Zepito? Zepito, I think it's pronounced." But obviously she made one. She was told to made one herself, so it's like that's just a big indicator that she's obviously going to try and play dumb just to try and go to the end, trying to coast us through the end, or maybe even float at that point in time.
So you see them as a floating player?
I can definitely see him as a floater, yes. I could also see him as a coaster, but I feel like people are gonna give her information and it's not gonna be smart for us, and I would rather her get out earlier than later. Another point to why I think Ree's playing dumb is when she says, "How was it winter?" Even though I've said multiple times I'm Australian. It's interesting. I think she's playing dumb. It's stupid. Because
Go ahead.
it can work, but it doesn't win you the game. I think there's gonna be a point in time where she shows how smart she can be. I think she very well could be a smart player just by playing dumb to try and seem like she doesn't know what's going on. Because that's a big thing I did in my first Big Brother season, is because I haven't played in a Big Brother all before. No one really knew how I played Big Brother. I want to say I don't watch many Big Brother seasons. I don't kind of understand how the game works, and it obviously put me to the jury early on, and that's when I could kind of make the big moves I needed for that org. So I definitely think
do you plan to kind of adapt the same play style here?
if it's not broken, don't fix it. That's how I see it. But obviously things are gonna obviously have to change just because you can't play the same game because you're playing with different people. And yeah, if you're playing with different people, you have to work differently. It's like there may be people where I know I can't work with, and I know I can't manipulate to take me or like even play vetoes on me. Because the big part is I don't want to win vetoes unless I have to. And at the end of the day, I don't think I have to win many vetoes until like the final four, or until I know if I say I'm vote in the minority by myself.
Gotcha. So we have some fans in the viewer lounge right now, and they want to know, are you a straight white guy?
I am indeed, yes.
Gotcha. We tend to have fangirls every season, you know.
Yeah, that's fair.
So what are your plans to make it to jury with this twist going on?
Well, it's I don't really know how I'm obviously gonna have to think more about what I'm gonna do in the pair. Obviously, I have to find someone where I can mesh well with and who won't blow up their game, and I think Luna won't blow up either our games because I think she'll know that I think we're all trying to win, and I think if one of us make a mistake, that's going to cost the other. And she seems like a very team player, so I just want someone who can lay low but also make moves when they need to, and kind of just don't win competitions. Because the more competitions you win, the obviously more of a threat you're going to be. It happened with any competition base I can think of. From anything, the more competitions you win, the more threatening you are as a player. And if you're not making, as Frank said, if you're not making the nominations, you are the nominee. It's like if you. So I think I just want someone who can lay low and not try and win challenges.
So do you think that in your duo, do you think that you're going to let them do kind of whatever they want and go with it? Or do you think that you're going to have a hand in telling them how to play?
Obviously, because personally, I think we're going to break off twist, and I don't want to, I want it to be like an even 50-50 split. Like if we both want to make a move, we can kind of agree on the move we want to make. Obviously, that can always come back to bite you because you're not the same person. So if one person meshes, you mesh well with the one person. Obviously, your partner might not mesh well with that person either. So it becomes a catch-22 where you can go one way, you can go another, and it doesn't really affect. Yeah. But I think I'll let them do what they want as long as we know it doesn't blow up both of our games. It's gonna be interesting evicting as a pair, though. I think that's what I'm more worried about, being evicting.
As in, you don't think that you could possibly agree on the same duo to evict?
I think that can happen with anyone, because say in this imagining world, when me and you were a pair in a season, and we wanted to vote out Samantha, we use Samantha as an example. What I want to vote her out, you don't, and it comes into an argument where that could blow up either our games if the pair gets cut off.
So one of us would have to kind of just suck it up and agree with the other?
Yes, and that's an issue which can burn bridges really easily, especially if this lost to the jury plays.
Mm-hmm.
If the pair's lost to the jury, it changes everything. Because then you're actually playing like you both have to kiss ass, and if one person doesn't like the other, that's when issues happen. Yeah.
Makes sense. But we would never vote off Samantha, would we?
Of course not.
All right. Well, thank you for your live DR. I think that's all the questions that I have for you.
No problem.
And we are very excited to see you play.
Thank you. I'm excited to be here.